Welcome back to another one. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but I told you guys like I've been just really going through it. And it's nothing like I hate being that person that like doesn't share what's going on, but it's not tea. It's not interesting. It's just some sad shit. Like unfortunate, sad stuff. But it's getting better now and I'm just glad to be back. First thing I want to discuss is a little story time. I was at the Discovery Museum like a couple days ago, and I experienced a real life formula shamer, which I have never experienced before. I've been a mom for 5 years. I've never seen that. So I was sitting on a bench feeding Rose her bottle, just observing people watching, and I was like in this little baby area, and like this mom kept walking by. I was like in the very beginning of the area. The mom kept walking by and like looking at me, and I would like smile at her because if you're a baby mom, usually you smile at another baby mom. It's just like what baby moms do. It's like the Jeep wave. Instead, you just be like hope you're okay. So I did that, and she didn't smile back, and she like looked at me. She looked at me real good. I was like, oh, okay. And mind you, she was giving Karen before she even opened her mouth. So it was actually really nice of me to even do that. But just listen. So she ignores my wave. She keeps walking by. Like she's like walking back and forth with her baby. And I'm in the baby area, so like I'm thinking she's probably gonna come in. And instead of coming in, she stands on the outside. It's like a little gate, and there's a worker like standing right in front of the gate, like welcoming people. And I'm sitting right next to the worker, still feeding Rose her bottle, and she says to the worker very loudly, she goes, "Is there a breastfeeding station in there?" And then she like looks over at me, like make sure I heard that. I was like, oh my god, I know what's going on. She wanted me to feel less than because I was giving my baby a bottle of formula. It was clearly formula, not breast milk, and it was just funny because I'm like, she's lucky I don't give a fuck. Like I was born giving way less fucks than everyone else. It's like an actual chronic syndrome I have. So I don't care, but I hope she's not doing that to like everyone because that could really hurt someone's feelings. But yeah, she didn't actually use the breastfeeding station. She just wanted to say really loudly she wanted to use it. And like the worker was like, "Yep, it's back there if you want to use it." And she was like, "Oh yeah, maybe I'll come back for that." I'm like, okay. She never came back. I was in there for like 2 hours and I never saw her. You might be thinking I'm projecting my own insecurities and what she said. No, I know when someone is being like that. And she was an older mom. She was just salty at the world. You could tell she just like thought she was better than every mom there. And I knew exactly what she was doing. She also had a member sticker on her shirt, which means she's a member of that place. She goes there all the time. She knows where the freaking breastfeeding station is. Like, come on. And when I say I was born with like giving like almost negative fucks about anything, I'm not kidding. Okay. And like, I want to say, I've been wanting to say something that I don't know how people are going to take this because it's like not a flex, it's not advice, it's just a fact. And I'm not going to give an opinion on it or like say other people should be like this, but this is just a little bit more about me. So, like, I have never had a fucking goal in my life. I have had zero ambition about anything. I literally had no plans for my future, like not even for 1 second. Like I remember in high school, everyone was like applying to colleges and had their future all planned out and like wanted to get A's so they can get into this college. I'm like, I don't, like, I just, you guys know I don't believe in the future. So I was like, I just never thought that would happen. Like I just did not care. Okay. And somehow everything has always worked out, and I'm talking zero thought has went into any of this, like anything. So I don't know what that means. I guess I'm just trying to, I would say I'm giving hope to the people that are like me, but if you're truly like me, then you wouldn't give a fuck. So yeah. And honestly, I blame I hate to bring them into this, but I blame my parents. They never ever asked me about my future, and like they never gave me any incentives to like do good in school. Like I was a lost child. Like zero guidance, zero role models really. I mean, yeah. People laugh when I say I don't believe in the future, but that's like a real thing. Like you can't prove the future exists. And I watched a YouTube video and I will put the name of it here, and it really was supporting that cause because it was talking about how if the future does exist, okay, let's pretend it does exist. then that means that we don't have the free will that we think we have, because the future is set in stone and you have the illusion of thinking you get to like choose your path. But no, the path is already there and you're going to live it, and there's nothing you can do to change it. If it doesn't exist, then it doesn't exist. Why are we even worrying about it? It's not even real. The only thing that is real is right now. That's the difference I've noticed about me and other people, is they worry about the future and they have so much anxiety about it. And I feel like that's why I don't have anxiety, because I how can I worry about something that I don't even believe exists? You know, I have been seeing this debate all over TikTok, and I didn't want to make a video about it because I feel like it's so dumb, honestly, but people are debating on whether or not being a stay-at-home mom is hard. And I just feel like that's just, obviously it depends. Obviously it depends on how many kids you have, how much help you have, what your mental health is, financial situation. It's like I think being alive is hard. It's hard to just simply exist these days. So, I mean, if you're not happy existing, you're probably not going to be happy being a stay-at-home mom. But if you really want my opinion on if I think it's hard, I've been one for 5 years. I think I would have a harder time being a working mom, because I just need my focus to be all on Jay and Rose. And if it wasn't able to be all there, then I think I would just have a hard time. I also have to acknowledge that I have a lot of help. Like Sean's parents live right down the street. They both work from home. They're always available. Sean gets laid off in the winter, and even when he's working, he's very helpful. My mom just moved into my basement, so like we have her. So I feel like I have a unique situation, but even before all this, like when we lived farther away and Sean was working every fucking day, it was so fucking annoying. We like lived in a kind of a ghetto area, but honestly, I miss it. I miss the streets. I miss it because I was just so close to everything. Like I could drive 5 minutes and be at freaking Marshalls and Home Goods, and it was just amazing. Now I have to drive like 30 minutes to even do that. I also think a lot of people have this mindset that if things were different, they would be better or easier. And I think stay at home moms can think that way, but it's not true. Like, we, even just moms in general, think if I didn't have this kid, my life would be easier. And that's not the case. You would have a different set of problems. I shared this on my Instagram story, but it's like really starting to fuck me up, honestly. The way that everybody is so addicted to their phones is driving me insane. And like obviously I'm sitting here talking to my fucking phone, I look like a hypocrite. But I just wish I could like go and I wish I could just like go to a computer like the old days, sit there, go on TikTok, like you send my emails and post my videos, respond to comments, and then leave. And then go back to it when I need to. But when I'm not around the computer, I couldn't access the computer. Like that's what I miss. I miss so much. And I just hate how I'll be sitting there talking to people and they'll just whip out their phone. It's like we are at peak distraction, and I don't understand how this could get any worse, but we gotta change. We have to change. Like even when I see like Jay and Rose like going up and talking to people, and obviously they're not bad people, but like they'll just be staring at their phones and they'll be like, "Oh, hold on," or they won't even answer. I'm like, "What about the children? We need to at least look at them." What do we do to fix this